Thanks for coming out to Pitch Day. Pitch Day for 100K. You guys know, I always think it's a great day to pitch. I love these fortnightly meetings. Today, we're going to hear from two companies, Phone2, Andrew is going to tell us about that, and Drain Drawer. I think Christopher is going to tell us about it, but it's great to see Lorne here, and he might chip in as well. So thanks to both companies for making it through to Pitch Day, because we usually get about 15 or 20 companies applying for the spots for everyone that gets approved to pitch. So congrats on making it through the gauntlet to get here. Really appreciate you guys having the patience to do that. So StartUpNV is Nevada's statewide nonprofit startup accelerator and incubator. We operate 7 nonprofit programs for entrepreneurs or founders, if you prefer, and 4 for-profit investment funds to invest in many of those founders who come through our programs. Now, our nonprofit is supported by government grants, corporate sponsors in the short term, and over the long term, our accelerator companies actually donate a small portion of their stock to the nonprofit, and our investors donate a big portion of their profits to the nonprofit. So also what we call carry. So it's a community effort to keep StartUpNV up and running and contributing in our environment here. So we run Pitch Day for 100K every other Wednesday, where companies pitch for the Q&A and entry into our accelerator program, which comes with an investment from FundNV, which is our pre-seed fund. That investment gets added to by our investor syndicate. And then that whole sum of money gets matched by Nevada's SSBCI program. Since 2021, we've completed 33 transactions in 23 companies. Little over $6.7 million has been invested. Our smallest investment's $50,000. Our biggest one we just completed in the last 2 weeks was a total of $4 million. So the average for all of that is about a little over $300,000 on average across all the companies we've invested. Now for the disclaimer. The founders pitching today are pitching for investment from our SEC compliant venture capital funds, along with our SEC accredited and Nevada certified investor syndicates. We invite the whole community to attend, kind of like coming to Shark Tank. Hopefully a little nicer though, for educational purposes, and that educational component is really important to our mission here in the community. So once again, the pitches today are not a general solicitation for investment. For information on all that accredited investor, Nevada certified investor stuff, just jump on our website, startupnv.org. We got a lot of information about what all of that means. Now, our nonprofit work would not be possible without financial help from grants and sponsors. The largest and most enthusiastic of which comes from the City of Las Vegas, Clark County, the Governor's Office of Economic Development, or GOED, as we like to call them, the EDA, and the USDA. Really thank all of those organizations for their help and support. Lorne is presenting for Drain Drawer.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for making the time today. My name is Lorne Smith. I'm one of the partners in Drain Drawer Pots. And Drain Drawer Pots, we are the flower pot that every household needs. Okay, so the world of plants and houseplants. I think everybody here probably likes plants to some degree. Many of you might be plant aficionados, and probably most of us want to have a beautiful area of plants in our house that looks like this. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't look like this, and they end up looking more like this one. This plant has died from a condition known as root rot. It's the #1 killer of houseplants out there. Root rot afflicts many different types of houseplants, and unfortunately, it's all too common for many of the people who try to take care of their plants. This can be a traumatic experience for both the plant and the plant owner. It's safe to say that many people put in time, love, effort, and money into their plants, hoping for the best outcome. And we can safely say that 100% of plant parents have probably accidentally killed a plant at some time. Interestingly, over 87% of those plant deaths are due to watering issues, generally too much water, which leads to that condition known as root rot. But there's really no easy solution today. There's the proper watering solution, where you allow just the right amount of drainage and flow to go through your plants. The easiest way to achieve that is to move all of your plants into the bathtub, do the watering, allow the water to drain, and then move all your plants back into the house. That's rather cumbersome. Or you can try the easier method, which is using these disgusting drip trays that you'll see throughout many people's houses. And those are really good if you like growing mold and bacteria as well as a house plant. But over time, that mold and bacteria will probably seep up back into the plant and end up causing that root rot problem. So we've got some good news for you. It's not you, it's your pot. And we've got a better pot that addresses these issues. So here's our patent pending solution. Our flower pot contains a removable drawer to catch water and allow more thorough drainage. Not only does it take the water away, but you can start and stop the drainage on command. So you, depending upon the type of plant that you grow, you can allow a different amount of water to drain out over a different amount of time. Once that water has gone through and seeped into the drawer, your plant is completely elevated above the water. So it can't get to it and get any of that bacteria or other things that will cause the root rot. And we've got this cool little chimney on the side that'll allow you to do bottom watering. So you'll get a better, more thorough water of the bottom part of the plant. And all of this is encompassed in a beautiful modern design that's both durable and made from recycled materials. So, how does it work? It's really easy. Step one, you close the drawer and water. So you push the drawer all the way into the closed position and you do your watering just like normal. You can either use our little drains, our chimney on the side to do bottom watering, or you can just water from the top like you normally do. Step two, you'll initiate the drainage, and that means you just slightly move the drawer out into the flush position, and that'll allow the water to seep down into the drawer. And then step three, you'll discard the excess water. So can't make it too much easier than 1, 2, 3. So let's talk a little bit about the market. The market is very, very large. We estimate, and based on numbers, these are USA numbers, not global, but the numbers in the USA look about like this. Over $1 billion in flower pot sales. We see a $350 million SAM. And there's a big differentiation between the cheap pot that you're going to buy a plant in versus the type of pot that people go out and buy and keep in their home. So that's where we see the 350 million SAM. And from that, we arrive to a $50 million SOM based on the fact that people want the type of features that we have. And right now we have a limited range of product to address sizes and those type of things. So this gives a little bit of insight as to how we see the market. One of the main questions that we get from people is who's your competition? And the competition for us is mostly auto watering. But auto watering is probably not the end all be all solution that most people expect from. Usually keeping water in your plant all the time and constantly exposing it to moist soil will eventually create that problem of root rot. The other thing is that any time that you have water stored, that water is a natural breeding ground for bacteria. So a lot of these auto watering pot solutions that we see on the market today, they end up getting pretty disgusting and they're very difficult to maintain. So from what we understand and from what we've learned from a lot of the people in nurseries and from people that we've polled on this, is that proper watering is still what people expect to have work. And auto watering really isn't the end all be all solution that most people want it to be. Now, yes, there are some very advanced auto watering systems that go into the thousands of dollars, but we're talking about direct competition from companies that are basically making flower pots where you fill a reservoir and it slowly feeds the plant that water. So a little bit about our go-to market and our revenue. We kind of have a pretty even split between B2B and D2C. Our first product, which is our 11-inch flower pot that you see in the picture here, we brought in our first shipment of product in mid-November, and we launched our online store at the end of November. And over the last 2 months, we've sold 71 pots directly to people online, and we've sold 148 pots to retailers. So these are out in nurseries. Our target price is $39.99. We feel that's very competitive with other flower pots that are on the market, especially being that most of them don't have the type of features that we have. Wholesale pricing, $20 to $30, depending upon how much or how many units the retailer takes. Our landed price is $8.79. So currently, you'll find us in a number of places. We've partnered with Star Garden Centers. They've got 15 locations throughout Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. So they're on the shelves with Star. And they've been a great partner and been with us since we originated the idea. We're also at the LV Plant Collective, Sierra Water Gardens, as well as Rail City. So you're going to find us in a whole bunch of local shops and nurseries, and we're working on expanding that. And you can find us everywhere online directly at draindrawerpots.com through our Shopify website. So just to give you an idea of how things are going, we're having great success with the nurseries. Generally, we talk to a nursery and they take an order. They like it and it's being very well received. So we wanted to see what would happen if we just kind of blew out a very quick ad spend on Meta. We spent $250, which I'm sure you're all aware is practically nothing in the world of Meta ads, but we did reach 43,000 people. We got 1,474 of them to come to our website, and 13 of them converted into pots being sold. So that's pretty good numbers considering we had nothing of a website at the time, and it was simply just a direct link to buying it on Shopify. So we're encouraged to see how that goes in the coming weeks because yesterday we launched a completely new website, which is fantastic, and I encourage you all to visit and take a look. So now we have some material there to back up, and I think our conversion rates are going to go up. A little bit about the team and who we are. Christopher Kalkowski, a man with a bathtub full of plants. He is the person who came up with the idea and needed to figure out a way to get it made. He came to my company. I'm Lorne Smith, and we do manufacturing. We also have an engineer who works for us, Michael Gillette. So he's our partner in engineering. We have Dong Min, who's our partner in distribution. He has the 3PL and warehousing facilities here in Reno, where all of our inventory is held and distributed from. And Shyla Lindner is our marketing guru. So we've got a team that many of you probably know. All of us have been active in the entrepreneurial world of mostly Reno. But we've got a very solid foundation of legal, manufacturing, engineering, distribution, and marketing. It's a great, great team. And we have a very, very minor burn rate because none of us are drawing salaries at this time. So the ask and what we're looking to do is we're looking to raise about $500,000, 500,000. And what we plan to do with that over the next 12 months is to invest about 250,000 into expanding our product line, about 100,000 into scaling our marketing, and 75,000 in direct sales. So basically more sizes, more colors, more textures. We've got a new drain drawer replacement item that we're working on, and a lot of the money will go into marketing. So that's basically where we've planned to be. We want to become a thought leader in plant care, and we hope to get into some bundling and co-branding opportunities as well. So with that, I think I just ran to time, and there we are.
So thanks. It's great to see you, Lorne. And it's good to sort of meet you, Christopher. I think I know everybody that's in your company, so it's cool to see some of my favorite people from Reno getting busy with another product. So thanks again for presenting today. All right, so to our participants today and our viewers here with us, just a few program notes as we wrap up here. Investors, if you're curious about how to become an investor, you can join us on the Angel Envy thing that I mentioned at the top of the call, or you can just become an investor in one of our funds. So again, if you go to startupnv.org and sort of follow the I'm an Investor path, you'll get lots of information about how to do that. And once you're in our investor group, and there's about 270 people that are in that group now, you get sort of inside track on all the deals that we're looking at. So it's another reason to join our investment community. And thanks again to the founders who pitched today. It's good to see Lorne. and hope to meet Christopher. And it's great to see you too, Andrew. Thanks so much for coming out today. And to our investor group that's going to be seeing, it's either watching this now or is going to see it later. Thanks for showing up and being part of the team. And now we're going to see you back here in 2 weeks with 2 new additional Nevada startups. And until then, take care of yourself. And if you can, someone else too. We will see you back here in 2 weeks.